Hello everyone, myself Kuhu Sarkar. I hope you are doing well. So today I'm going to start a new series where I'm going to practice the chronological questions with mnemonics, with stories and with depth knowledge of these questions or events. So one of my YouTube subscriber Pavitra had asked me that if I had time and I can make practice of chronological questions with mnemonics and stories. So here I tried and it's take lots of time to make this presentation. So if you like this video, please support me by like, comment and subscribing my channel. So first of all, let me tell you that if you try to attempt the chronological questions, you have to have a deep knowledge of the events, of the historical events, of the facts and the writers and their works. So beside that, we can always practice chronological questions. I know that this pi quiz will not come again, but if you know the events and the historical background, you can attempt similar questions which can be asked in net. Okay, so here the first question, here the I am only taking the one question. So this question I have taken from 14 June morning shift 2023. So here you have to arrange the chronological sequence. Man's first flight to the moon, then B, end of World War II, then C, Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, then fourth, uh, D, Russian Revolution, and then Indian independence. So see that they did not ask the writer's work or the writer's chronological birth of date of birth, but they ask you the event. So you have to uh, you should have a great knowledge about the all the events, what is happening, historical background you have to know. So let's me try. So first will be Russian Revolution, which happened in 1917. So let's see. Sorry. Okay, Russian Revolution. So when it happened in 1917. The Russian Revolution was a period of political and social revolution that took place in the form of Russian Empire began during World War I. The period saw Russia abolish its monarchy and adopt a social form of government following two successive revolutions and a bloody civil war. The Russian Revolution can also be seen as the precursor for the other European revolutions that occurred during or the aftermath of World War I, such as German Revolution 1918 to 1919. So Russian Revolution had a importance in the history, right? Because it also led the bloody civil war and other wars. So you have to know about the events of Russian Revolution, why it happened. You can follow the YouTube to get more knowledge about it. And you know that Vladimir Lenin was the leader and they tried to abolish the monarchy and they did revolution, right? So the date was 1917. Then next, the end of World War II. So you know that the end of World War II is 1945. The First World War 1914 and the Second World War 1939. Right? So you have to know the end of the Second World War. So let's know more about it. On May 8, 1945, Germany surrendered after the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which was dropped by US, right? Japan surrendered on September 2, 1945, and the Second World War came to an end. So why this event is important? Because you know that the two world war, first world war and second world war just destroyed the world, right? So you have to know the date when the first world war began and when the second world war began and when it ended and how it ends. So you can also watch YouTube videos to get more knowledge about it. So let's see the next event. You know that 1947 India got independence. So you can attempt the questions like that also, like, right, that you everybody know that when the world war second end, and everybody know when India got independence. So the Indian independence movement was a series of historical events with the ultimate aim of ending British rule in India, also known as British Raj. It lasted from 1857, the war of Palasi, to 1947. The first nationalistic revolutionary movement for Indian independence emerged from Bengal. So the event, the Indian independence, when it happened, 1947. Then next, I Have a Dream, the famous speech by Martin Luther King. Everybody know that I Have a Dream, the famous speech was given by Martin Luther King, but many of you don't know the date. So the date was 1963. I Have a Dream is a public speech that was delivered by American civil rights activist and Baptist minister Martin Luther Jr. during the March on Washington for Jobs Freedom on August 28, 1963. In the speech, King called for civil and economic rights and an end to racism in the United States. So I quote, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be to be self-evident that all men are created equal. So you can also read the speech, the whole speech, because it also can be asked. Then next, when um, man first flight to the moon, and the date is 1969. Neil Armstrong, here you see on the picture, and other two. Let's know more about it. 16 July 1969. What happened? The first flight to the moon was a historic event carried out by NASA, the United States Space Agency. It took place during the Apollo 11 mission, which launched on July 16, 1969. The crew of Apollo 11 consisted of three astronauts. Who are they? Neil Armstrong the commander, then Edwin Buzz Aldrin, lunar module pilot. He was a lunar module pilot. Then Michael Collins, command module pilot. So these three, they took the flight on to the moon. So you see that which kind of question they asked, right? You have to know the major events. The primary objective of Apollo 11 was to land a human on the moon and safely return them to Earth. On July 20, 1969, after a journey of approximately 4 days, the lunar module known as Eagle separated from command module in lunar orbit. So that's all for today. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and thank you for your time. So that's all.